It seems to me that in modern society, the best way to make money is to is like you don't make anything. You just like connect the people who make things to people who want things.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like it's just middleman shit. Like
Yes.
Uber doesn't have cars.
Yeah.
They
It's
just have
crazy.
servers.
They
Yeah.
don't even
And
have
like
drivers.
Facebook, like I
Yeah.
can't stop saying this. Like Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitter, they
Yeah.
do not produce anything.
Right.
We produce
Yes.
everything. And
Yes.
it's like you said earlier. It's like
Yeah.
they have enclosed the commons. So you go into
Yeah.
there and they say,
Right.
well, like now we own your shit because you're in
It's
here
totally,
when
yeah.
it
I
could
mean, it's
totally not be
wild.
like
It's
that.
totally wild. Like the ride, I keep coming back to the rideshare apps
But
because
like,
the idea that there's this company in San Francisco and like you pick me up at the airport and drive me from the airport to my home, and then we give money to these guys in San Francisco. Like you have a phone, it doesn't belong to Uber. I have a phone, doesn't belong to Uber. We use the GPS satellite, which is largely the freaking U.S. military, I think. But
yeah.
you know, so you've got like all this infrastructure, and Uber. It's like, what did they even enclose? I mean, it's really weird because yes,
Mm,
they enclosed the commons, but what commons? Like it's
right,
almost like
right.
bizarre about it. It's different from like the struggle against property landlords in the conventional sense or against like factory owners in the old industrial system or something like that, is that they've instead of enclosing the commons, they showed up with like a funny hat and a sign and said, "Hey, I've enclosed the commons. Give me money." And like but they haven't. But they somehow they figured
Right.
out how to make these weird sock puppets where they're like, "Well, we didn't really enclose the commons, but like my sock puppet controls this thing, and so it."
Right, right. So it's like because our world has become less physical, the enclosure of the commons is also less physical and more ideological. You know,
And
now they kind of have to take it to this even weirder, like, set of basically like capitalist programming to where, like, something that, like you said, GPS, the internet itself, all of this
yeah,
was created by like public funding one way or the other. So they have taken something that we like. It's like the funny thing about even enclosing commons is that at least that was sitting there, and
yes,
you at least had to raise an army and convince that army to protect it by force. In this case, it's stuff that people put money into and literally created, and they have taken it bloodlessly. I mean,
yeah,
not exactly bloodlessly when you get down to it, but you know what I
yeah,
mean. Like
but yeah,
without like physical force and
yeah,
violence. They've just
yeah,
been like, you have to use Uber. How else are you gonna get a ride? You can't
yeah,
just trust somebody in a car
right,
to just take you
yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.